Feeling hypnotized by the words that you said. Don't lie to me, just lie in my head.
The moment Jungkook came out from the arrival area, he automatically saw his annoying best friend holding a banner. But instead of welcome back, what written in the banner is go back. That makes Jungkook laugh so hard. You're still the same, Jiminshi? I thought you wouldn't come back. That's what you said when you left 3 years ago. I'm back to show to someone who I am now. Wow, that was so deep. I think I know who you are talking about. So you come back here to show to the woman who left you before how powerful you are now and how far you have come. But what if YN will show up at the reunion like what she did 3 years ago? Much better if she doesn't come because I might say something unpleasant to her in front of everyone. From the sounds of your speech, it's obvious that you're still mad at her. I don't know. Until now, I still don't understand why she didn't show up on the day I was supposed to propose to her. She left me like a trash bro. No explanation why she did that. Even sorry I never heard from her. She just completely vanished. She ghosted me. Still, you shouldn't give in to your emotions. You might say or do something that in the end, you will regret it. What if there is a reason behind her sudden disappearance? You just sigh and take a look at the watch he was wearing that you gave him before. You are Jungkook's first love. You have known each other for a long time since you were classmates in medical school. But that time you are in a relationship with Breaks, who is an engineering student. After your boyfriend graduated and have a job, slowly everything changed. You only met once. You also been busy since you're taking internship. Then one day, you caught Briggs cheating on you, so you broke up with him. When Jungkook saw you crying, since he was also taking internship of the same hospital where you are taking, he comforted you. That's when you started getting close. After 4 months, Jungkook started courting you, but you told him you are not ready to commit again. You don't want to be unfair to Jungkook and even more, you don't want him to be your option. But Jungkook is really determined to win your heart. He never stops of courting you. He became your best friend and buddies. And in the end, you also fall for him. It takes you a month before you confess to Jungkook that you also love him. You don't want to hurt him in the end, so you made it sure about your feelings on him. Then finally, you start dating in secret. You choose to date in secret to avoid rumors in the hospital. You often spend time together. And finally, you two graduated in medicine. You two don't waste any time. Both of you start to review for preparation for physical licensure exam. So you became even more closer. Fast forward. You two pass the physician licensure exam. The day you take your oath is the same day of your 8 months of being together. After oath taking, Jungkook asks you to have a date, and of course you agree. You have no idea that day Jungkook was going to propose to you. He waited for you in a restaurant, but you didn't come. You just vanished like that. And since you dated in secret, your parents didn't know that Jungkook is your boyfriend. So the time Jungkook asked them about you, they don't entertain him. But actually, even them, they don't know where you are. A bell rang, indicating that a customer had entered. You stood up, but you suddenly felt dizzy. Good thing your mom noticed you. Are you okay? I'm fine, mom. Why aren't you wearing your glasses? Mom, it doesn't help me anymore. I have to accept to myself that I will go blind soon. Every day, my eyesight is getting worse. I'm afraid, Mom. Don't worry, we can find your donor soon, okay? You're about to reply. However, your sister came with a simple dress on her hand that you're going to wear for your college reunion that will be held tonight. Basically, you don't want to attend. You're afraid they will find out about your situation. But because of your desire to see the person you love until now, you decided to attend before you completely go blind. You wanted to see his face for the last time. Wow, nice black dress, you said. Your mom and sister look at each other because that dress isn't black, it's dirty white. Since your family doesn't want you to be depressed about your situation, they didn't say anything. One by one, people come. As usual in such a reunion, you hear nothing from those people but bragging and be proud of what they achieve now. Until Jimin and Jungkook came. Whose are you looking for? I think she really doesn't show up, he said after saw Jungkook looking around. They greeted each other and talking non-stop. The others were eating and some of them drinking wine. Until Jimin stood up and bumped Jungkook after he saw you just entering the entrance of the venue. YN, I received a seat for you. You smiled after recognizing Jimin's voice. You two were pretty close during college, but he did an internship at another hospital. Long time no see, Jim. You too. Where have you been these past years? You didn't reply. You just looked at his face and smiled at him. Jimin assisted you to the seat he reserved for you. You sat down while saying hi to your colleagues, but because your vision was blurry, you didn't see that Jungkook was just sitting in front of you. Your vision is blurry, but still you can see. But in comes in their faces, you need to see them closely before you recognize them. You can still recognize your other friends through their voice, so you didn't have a hard time communicating with them during those times. Meanwhile, Jungkook is just staring at you while talking to your college friends. He can't believe that you're here, his first love. The girl he tried to forget but still in his heart. He's waiting for you to notice him or even say hi to him, but you didn't. Is she purposely ignoring me? Until one of your friends spoke. Jungkook, I heard you are a director of the big hospital in Miami, Florida. Your eyes widen after you hear the person's name. You get even chills when you heard Jungkook's voice. How did you know? I saw your one interview in the magazine. You stare at the person in front of you. You can't be wrong. That voice came from in front of you. You stared at him until finally you clearly saw his face as your eyes were met. Your world literally stopped this moment. Finally, you saw him again. YN, you remember Jungkook? Jimin asked. You're about to answer him yes, but you rather to choose to pretend that you don't know him after you realize that you can't be together again. I'm sorry, I don't know him. Jungkook gaze darkened as he recollected how you told them that you don't know him in front of him. His face showed disappointment. Really? You don't know me? He asked. Yeah, how did you don't know him? He's our campus heartthrob, one of your friends says, since none of them know that you had a relationship. I'm sorry, I have a bad memory, you added at the same time looked down to avoid Jungkook's stare. By the way, YN, aren't you also a doctor? Which hospital are you working at now? I I didn't use my profession. Really? Then what are you doing now? I'm helping at my mom's flower shop. All of them look at you. You shouldn't waste your time and money to become a doctor if you just became a flower vendor, Jungkook said. Jimin bumped his shoulder and tell him to shut up. You tighten your grip on the glass you're holding and drink it. As you cough, you don't notice that the contents of the glass were wine. You thought it's water. You wipe your mouth with your hand and smile at them. Guys, I need to go. I just dropped by to say hi. Probably this might be the last time I will see you all. Are you going somewhere, YN? Mm-hmm. You stood up and slowly walked. YN, you look so great on that white dress. You stop and say, what are you talking about? I'm wearing a black dress. They just laugh thinking you're just joking. But Jungkook has a doubt that something is wrong with you. You walk slowly while not making it obvious that you could hardly see anything. Sometimes your vision was blurry, but this lately, most of the time, you couldn't see anything. Then someone held your hand and guided you to walk. Thank you. I'm sorry I'm having a hard time to walk with my heels. That's the only reason you said. So that person won't ask you why you walk slowly and stumble along the way. Your vision back to blurry again, so somehow you could see around. You let go of the person who guided you and say, thank you. My sister's car is just there. I can go by myself, you said. Are you serious that you don't know me? You flinch after realizing that the person who guiding you is Jungkook. Oh, but why it looks like you're just pretending that you don't know me? Why? Is it because you know that you hurt me? Or is it because you know that you deceived me? I can see clearly in your eyes that you know me. You caught me this time. Yes, I know you, Jungkook. How can I forget you? And yes, you're right. I deceive you. So please, just hate me as you run going to your sister's car even though you're struggling to see. The moment your sister saw you coming, she quickly gets out of the car and came on you. Only I told you just call me so I could pick you up in the entrance of the hotel. Faye, I'm devastated and broken right now. Can you just stop scolding me? I want to leave from this place. As you burst into tears, you just cried and cried. Your sister asked you what happened, but you choose to ignore her and just continues to crying. What happened? Where is she? Did you talk to her? Why I can't be angry with her? Why it seems like there are things I need to know, like a puzzle that I need to complete. Bro, YN, I think she's having a problem with her eyesight. Bro, please help me. I want to be with her. You've been sulking in your room for 2 days. You don't go out, eat, or even drink water. You just cry. All the emotions that you felt were mixed up and blown away. You feel that you've become a burden to your parents. You get afraid even if there is no specific reason, probably of your traumatic experience. You're worried about your condition. You're afraid to be blind for life. And you especially miss Jungkook. I'm here, your dad said while peeking at the door. Dad! You get up and hug him. Your dad worked double to save money for your surgery. Dad, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You and Mom is struggling because of me. I should be the one who worked, but I became a burden to you. It's not your fault. Don't think you became a burden to us. 3 days later, you were left alone in the flower shop. Your mom went somewhere, but she's on her way back at this moment until the bell rang indicating that a customer has entered. Good afternoon. I'm sorry. Can you come back later? My mom is not here yet, but she's on her way. Sorry. I'm sorry if I can't accommodate you, cause I'm a blind person. Then you heard something drop on the floor. As you heard the voice like he's struggling to breathe and trying his best not to cry. You walk backwards after you realizing that you know the person who just entered. You figure out who is he by his scent. Why are you here? You heard Jungkook cries as you just felt his warm hugs. What happened? Why you became like this? Your whole body was shaking in shock as you push him instead. Get out. I don't need you here. YN, please, let me stay by your side. I don't need your pity. Just get out. I said get out. I don't need you. Please. I don't want you to see me like this. You throw away everything you grabbed to him. You want to hide, but you have nowhere to hide. Jungkook tried to hug you again. However, you push him away. You want to be with him, but you also don't want him to feel pity on you. You started screaming until your mom came. What's the matter? Your mom asks and immediately hugs you. Mom, tell him to leave. Jungkook, just leave and continue on hating me, please. You are Jungkook? Yes, ma'am. What's going on here? YN, stop pushing him away. You're also the one who gets hurt in the end. YN, I can help you. Calm down. I don't know what really happened, but my heart says I need to stay on your side. So please just let me. You burst into tears, and even though you can't see anything, you walk going to his direction by following his scent and hug him. 3 years ago, while going to the restaurant where you were supposed to meet Jungkook, someone purposely hit you by his car. The person who did it to you was your ex-boyfriend, Briggs. After you broke up with him, he wanted to come back to you, but you didn't accept him anymore. He became obsessed with you. He got angry when he found out that Jungkook was going to propose to you. He couldn't accept it. For him, he was the owner of your heart. Actually, his first target was Jungkook, but he changed his plan. He thought if you became crumpled, Jungkook won't like you anymore, and finally, you became him forever. So he hit you by a car. After that, he took you to the hospital in a faraway province. He proclaimed you as his wife who was involved in a car accident. He also changed your name so no one could find you. What he didn't expect, you ended up comatose. At first, he takes care of you, but after 9 months, that evil gave up and just abandoned you to the hospital. Good thing the doctor didn't give up on you. They continue your treatment. 1 year and 4 months since you disappeared. Your dad's friend saw you, and he was the one who told your parents where you were. 2 years and 2 months, you finally woke up, and that's when you told your parents the whole truth. Before you completely lost consciousness, you clearly saw breaks. He was also the one who was pointing at the doctor who took you to the hospital and claimed you as his wife. After you get better, you filed a case for him. Because of the solid evidence, he was imprisoned. You start searching for Jungkook, then you found out from one of your friends that he is already in the Florida. You also hesitate to tell him what happened because he might not believe in you. However, you don't want to regret later, so you decided to tell him, even by email. But new problem came. Your constant dizziness and blurred vision started. You ignore that problem because you literally feel ashamed of your parents. Your dad already sold his car and other properties to pay the hospital bills and pay the lawyer so Briggs would go to jail. Your situation worse. Then the doctor found out that because of the accident, your eyes was affected, causing you to go blind. Only operation can save you, but you don't have a lot of money and no donor to be found yet. You should tell me. I'm sorry if I said hurtful words last day. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. My mind is messed up. I don't know what to do, so I didn't tell you. Shh, shh. I understand. I'm not blaming you. He broke the hug and introduced himself to your mom. Good afternoon. My name is Jungkook, your daughter's boyfriend. Boyfriend? Why? Did we break up? Ma'am, will ask for your permission. Please allow me to take Y into Florida for her surgery. But we don't have money? Then I have. I'm supposed to be your husband now if this doesn't happen to you. The day we should meet, I'm supposed to propose to you at that time. So, consider me as your husband. As a husband, I should take care and responsible for my wife. Please, ma'am. Promise, I will marry her after her surgery. Seeing your pictures once, I know you're a good person. Take my daughter, please. Jungkook process your documents as soon as possible. In 2 weeks' time, you two flew to Florida for your surgery. But before that, Jungkook visited Briggs. He told them that he will do everything to keep him imprisoned for life. And if he ever gets out, he will make his life miserable like what he did to your life. Your surgery went successful. After 7 months, you came back to get married as you promised to your parents. Right now, you are in the Florida. You two decided to live there so you can start a new life. You're also working as a doctor, same hospital where Jungkook is the head director. You also go back to property that your dad sold for your hospital bills. You also bought them a new car and house. Every 6 months, you and Jungkook made it sure that you go back to your country to spend time on your both families. The end. Thank you for watching.